Well, guys, the world almost fell apart as we had our first week in almost a year of no off-the-cuff podcast. But even Dave and I, as perfect specimens of human beings that we are, need a break. And so he was on vacation 1 week, I was on vacation another. We tried to see about getting together and make it happen, but it just did not happen. So we took a week off, and even the underpaid producer was on vacation with me, so he couldn't even put together like a best of clips or anything. So we asked Patreon how we could make it up to them, and we talk about that in this episode. We go through a few of their comments that support us on Patreon, which we so much appreciate. We even got a new soundboard recently because of that kind of support and to make the podcast that much better. And and we just want to quickly, before we dive into the episode, we want to talk a little bit about our partners. I don't say sponsors because they actually don't sponsor the show. They just are somebody that I've partnered with and we believe in. And so the more you support them, that helps me and helps buy me time basically to be able to devote to projects like the Off the Cuff podcast that hopefully you guys enjoy and tell friends about. And go pick your favorite episode and tell a friend about it. We need word of mouth to spread like wildfire. Our sponsors, Millecor, MILLECOR.com, protein, pre-workout, supplementation, and Strikeforce Energy. Kick the can, dump this in a bottle of water or whatever beverage you are drinking, instantly turns it into an energy drink without all the crap in the can, and for much, much cheaper. Any of that stuff interests you as far as the health stuff, veteran-owned, police-owned, and operated, use code Mike the Cop. It gets you 10% off everything in the store. So take advantage of that coupon code if you're going to go check out Millecor, which we encourage you to do. Relentless Defender Apparel. I pretty much wear their stuff nonstop. Quality apparel, quality designs, quality company that has given back more than $750,000 of their business to law enforcement charities. Can't recommend them enough. My new T-shirt design, OC Pepper, is out. Give it a look-see. If you don't like that one, there's tons of designs out there. But use the code Mike the Cop to get free shipping, so you can just load up. You and some friends hop on the old internet superhighway, travel over to Relentless Defender, and pick out 100 tees for your department, and it's all free shipping. Code Mike the Cop. And last but not least is Black Rifle Coffee. Brew it or K-Cup it. Got those too. So get the Thin Blue Line edition that will directly go to help support law enforcement charities. If you don't want that blend, try anything. 20% off with the code Thin Blue Line. Enough of the business talk. Let's get to the episode here. It's a little warm up. We're back in the saddle. We warm up with this episode, and so much more to go in the coming weeks. We have about 6 or 7 episodes laid out and planned over the next few weeks, and so we are excited and energetic, ready to be back. Enjoy. That's a good one.
Oh, good. Good chef, my friend.
So good. So good.
I guess I should move my hand.
We are not talking about the chips. Oh, my goodness. Wow, welcome back to the Off the Cuff podcast.
Woo!
We just came off of a break, a little refresher.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's for the people.
Have updated.
I wonder, I have to be more careful because if I back up like this, then that thing...
Stay away from
I kind of got to be...
Stay away.
I kind of got to be a little bit more focused on the
Watch
mic
yourself.
because
Check
it
yourself
could create
before
some
you
problems.
wreck
Stay away
yourself, son.
from...
We just took a break. So we started out the morning. A lot of you guys know that we will often record 2 podcasts so that Dave doesn't have to drive so far down to the studio every week. It's got to... It's so terrible. That was the best crunch
that
yet.
was a good one. Dang it.
And so that has its advantages and disadvantages. But today, we recorded an interview with a guy named Matthias He's a cop in New York, first double amputee. So that interview will be hitting next week. But we felt like some of the stuff that we wanted to cover, we needed to get out sooner than that.
Yeah, and he took over our podcast.
Oh yeah,
because he's very selfish.
He's a new host.
You know.
Total selfish amputee.
Yeah.
You never hear those words, those same two phrases.
All hugging onto his precious new legs and
look at me!
my
I
goodness.
got carbon fiber legs, and I'm so special.
You know what I did want to ask him is how tall did he used to be? Because let's be honest, he says he's 6'1". I'm like, yeah, you were not. You were not 6'1".
When they're like,
when you had two good legs,
when he's
my
ordering
friend.
his legs,
Oh, that's
he's like,
that's a
can you
good
just-
question.
Can you just make sure to add a couple of inches?
Yeah,
To the
that's what
prosthetics.
happened.
Yeah, because I always do that too. And I'll stand next to Sherry and be like, man, I stand on my tippy toes. I'm like, man, I wish I was this tall. And they're like, yeah, I would definitely. If I had the opportunity, I'd be
You'd
like,
have
yeah,
to.
can you throw me a little extra height
Now I'm
here?
mad that we didn't do it because it would have put him on the spot. We'd have been able to see right through him.
Oh,
man.
yeah, we could have saw through the lie. We already know the
would've
answer
saw
to this.
right through that. Yeah. Well, he was 5'9". They gave him 4 inches on that.
Yeah.
You know.
So, anyway, look for that interview next week to come out, and we've got after that we have like 3 or 4 weeks behind that where
Can you guys hear me?
we.
No?
I can't hear
No,
you.
not really.
I don't really hear you actually.
No.
Oh, you're taking out the crunch. I mean, I can hear you in the room, but I don't think. I
Something
wonder.
tells me it's probably going to still come across the.
We've got a bunch of interviews and people stacked up to talk to, and hopefully you guys like that, and we're shake it up, break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But this week is us playing a little catch up because it's been 2 weeks at least. I think I went on vacation, and
Yeah. Wait, what happened to us? Because. Yeah, I guess it's been 2 because
man,
we
or has it been 3 weeks because we ran out of episodes to actually post?
right we did 2 and then we missed
So we did 2.
1, so
We did 2, went a week, 2 weeks. So this is 3 weeks.
Yep.
Since we've been.
I couldn't
Sitting here
even I
recording.
can't even sleep at night if I haven't seen you at least once every 2 weeks.
I know. I'm like, I got like a funny twitch.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
Yikes.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Don't
so.
like it one bit.
No, for sure.
So-
I haven't missed you guys one bit.
Right.
So
of course you haven't.
Well, you were on vacation with me.
wait,
so
did you
wouldn't miss me.
announce? Did you announce that? That we are not using the same setup that we normally do because
Oh, here he goes again.
He announced
Oh, my
it.
gosh.
He's very excited.
No.
Very
No,
excited.
no.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one camera.
Well, they see that. The underpaid producer. People continually ask. We went out. We actually the
Oh,
UPP
my
and I
goodness.
went to met some police explorers. Dearborn. He had some fans. You had some fans out there.
Not really.
Yeah, they knew who you were.
I'm your fan.
They're like, oh, you're the guy that makes all this happen. Like
I'm your biggest
videos.
fan.
Thanks,
besides
Dave.
Brooke. Yeah.
But this is now you
She
obviously
doesn't
see
even
that
watch any
we're
of the videos.
we're on the same
None of our
side.
wives do
Our
either.
wives don't listen to this podcast. Nobody loves us for real.
But we need to have them on though,
We are going to have them
and
on.
so we can put them on the spot for not being fans.
Yes, absolutely. That's coming for sure.
Oh God, yeah.
So we're on the same side
No
of the
idea.
table. Why? Essentially because the underpaid producer, again, this is people are like, why don't you give him a raise? He does so much. No, he doesn't, because now we're on the same side of the table with one camera. We're down a camera
Yeah.
because he wasn't prepared for this, for not having enough battery power to actually make it through.
It was some
2 shows.
ridiculous excuse that
Oh,
nobody
my
would
stuff
buy.
needs an update.
Yeah.
What?
It wasn't my choice. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, Steve Jobs from the grave sabotaged our podcast.
It wasn't my choice.
Is that the title of this episode? Steve Jobs sabotages the podcast from the grave. That's,
It could be.
that's a long one. I don't know. We'll see what we come up with.
Okay.
We're gonna have to figure out a title for this.
It wasn't my
okay.
choice. That could
Do
be
we
the
have what you'll hear next week, because we actually recorded that one first?
Yeah.
Is we did air some slight grievances. Dave aired some grievances.
That's right, I did.
So we decided there needs to be a new segment. Now, if you're a Seinfeld fan, you'll know that I like to talk like Jerry every once in a while. The Festivus, right? The holiday,
Festivus.
a Festivus for the rest of us.
Nice.
Did you not watch Seinfeld?
I told you I watched it every once
They
in a
had
while,
the
but
poll,
I wasn't a huge fan.
and it was for the airing of grievances. There's like different things that you do on Festivus.
Like I said, I enjoyed the show. I really did enjoy the show, and there are some very memorable moments.
Can you pull
on
up
some
a
of these
clip
shows,
of Festivus for the rest of us from Seinfeld?
They aren't going to see it.
But back then
No,
it
I
was
just
like
wanna
you were
hear
either
it.
like a Friends fan.
I want to hear it.
or
I want
or
him
a
to hear. I
Seinfeld
want him to
fan.
hear Ben Stiller's dad.
Oh my God, he's hilarious.
Going at it here. We're not going to see it. Oh, we'll see it. I'm seeing what you're
They
seeing.
won't see it.
Oh. Skip it.
Let's
There's
do
a poll.
Are you guys hearing it?
No.
No. How come you're doing that to us?
Why did you do it again? This just happened.
How come you don't like the
Why
fans?
does it not work?
I don't know. You made it work with the $6 Million Man.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Well, but that's different.
Hold on.
'cause It was,
I had it muted.
What is Festivus?
What is Festivus?
It's nothing. It's a stupid holiday my father invented. It doesn't exist.
Happy Festivus, Georgie.
Oh my gosh.
A new holiday was born.
I haven't celebrated Festivus in years. What is your interest? Just tell me everything, huh? Many Christmases ago, I went to buy a doll for my son.
A doll.
I reached for the last one they had, but so did another man. As I rained blows upon him, I realized there had to be another way. What happened to the doll? It was destroyed. But out of that, a new holiday was born. Oh my God. A Festivus for the rest of us.
Is that good enough for you?
I don't know. Keep it going. I like this.
And is there a tree? No, instead there's a pole. Requires no decoration. I find tinsel distracting. This new holiday of yours is scratching me right where I itch.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do it then. All right. Festivus is back. I'll get the pole out of the crawl space.
Oh my gosh. Are there any Festivus traditions?
We can stop after this one. This is
And now, as Festivus rolls on, we come to the feats of strength.
Another Festivus miracle.
Until you pin me, George. Festivus is not over.
good. Until you pin me.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody stop this. Let's rumble.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. Then there's the airing of grievances.
Oh wow.
That was from 2009.
What, that
A while-
video?
Yeah, that's a while ago.
Oh well, yeah.
Just posted on YouTube. Just it's a while ago.
Anyway, do you have any more grievances? Is there anything that we need to air out? The UPP?
Because our grievances only are within the
yeah, it's
tribe.
not like what bothers us about the outside world.
Yeah.
It's in this little.
And I don't. When I say
podcast
tribe,
team.
I certainly don't mean to offend any Native American Indians
right.
or African tribes,
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
of that kind, of that nature.
The diversity team made that very clear.
Yes.
Right.
So right now, I kind of feel, even though this is, I feel put on the spot. But I feel like I've already aired my grievances on the next. I guess you would say that's the next.
What will come on the next
podcast.
episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel okay
You got,
about what
you got
happened.
anything?
The fact that whenever one little thing goes wrong, it's all blamed on me.
Yeah, but that's just a fact.
Most
But
of
it's
the
your
time,
fault.
Most of the time, it's just beyond my control.
Yet, with a little problem solving between Mike and I.
Who came up with this arrangement that made this podcast work right now?
Okay, so you're saying you would know how to open up the software?
You didn't ask that.
No.
Did
yeah,
did I
you
not
can't.
mention? Hey, then let's just do one camera. So I problem solved and made this happen.
But that's
I'm
not-
basically
that's not
the hero
ideal.
of this podcast.
It's not ideal.
It's not ideal,
Or is
so
it?
I
Maybe
was
people
trying-
like this. Maybe people prefer it.
I feel like this is my trophy for being the hero of the podcast.
Is there
Ice
another
Mountain
water bottle
trophy.
over there?
Ice Mountain trophy.
There's another one in the room over next door.
Not in the bag that's sitting in front
Oh,
of you
no,
guys?
there is.
No, it's not.
Yep.
It's mine.
A fresh Ice Mountain.
Thanks.
Just for me.
So,
All right. Well, is that it? That's your grievance? It's non-valid? An invalid grievance?
what about you? What you have any grievances at this point?
No, man. I think we're good.
Wait, are you ready for this?
Maybe.
Ready?
What is
Let's
it?
see if it takes them forever. And that is how you effeminately drink water.
That is
from a bottle.
UPP. Hey, will you hand me the bourbon? It's afternoon, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some
We have
bourbon.
been here.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's
man, we've
time.
been here for a long time.
We've
Hey,
been
stop
We've been
it.
putting in the hours.
Yeah.
We've been putting in the hours.
4 hours.
Oh, let's see how the SM. You also notice I'm using a different mic to experiment here, but
I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what is in this thing. I feel like something's growing here. We probably. Ooh! Just look first. Look before you pour.
ooh, I don't want to drink out of that one.
Do you want me to
Hey.
go wash these out?
Will you go get my? I had.
Do you want me to go wash
glass from
everything
last
out?
night?
These are pretty.
Do you want me to wash them out, Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You guys
Wow.
can keep talking.
All right.
So should we? I guess this would be the week in review. I'm not
We don't
sure
have
where
the
we
music
go.
drop now. Now he's gone.
Yeah. Look.
He's coming back.
Everything he does to come back. See, and then
Hold on.
he does something like this, and makes you want to pay
We
him
can't
more.
call this the week in review anymore because
this
has been 3 weeks in review.
No, this is starting now.
3 weeks in review. All right.
So,
I can't even remember
my
yesterday.
week, I'll
let
say
alone the
my
last
week,
3
just real
weeks.
quick before I go wash these out. My week is, we got back from vacation. I went to a bunch of funeral stuff, and
That's a downer.
yeah, it is a
That's
downer.
killing
And
too.
I burnt my arm yesterday.
On what?
So I was making popcorn chicken. Heating it up.
He was heating up
That's
popcorn
what I meant.
chicken.
yeah, I was making it.
I started pulling it out, and I accidentally just. Yeah, can you just shut up for 1 second?
I can't either. It was like funny.
It's not like cooking popcorn chicken has to be a sensual experience that you have to just.
Oh,
Depends how much you like popcorn
Okay.
chicken.
Yeah, I
For
love
me,
Anyways.
it really
Quite
is
sensual.
exciting.
Okay. Anyways,
exotic.
so I started taking out the
at least make
popcorn
it
chicken
shirtless.
from the oven, and
Slowly.
it like the corner of the pan,
open the stove slower.
Slower. Turn around.
the corner of the pan hit.
Talking to myself. I'm turning around.
It hit the top of the oven, and I didn't want to lose the popcorn chicken on the floor. So
You sacrificed your own arm
I
to
did.
save the popcorn
so I
chicken.
just stopped it with my arm before it fell, and I just took that.
Slide the mitt back on.
You just took it.
Yeah.
Where's the burn? I don't even see it.
Sure.
Oh, that's it?
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good burn. I wouldn't want that burn. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you put toothpaste on it?
Spit
Yeah.
everywhere.
Is it what? Did you have a home remedy for burns? We always put Crest toothpaste on it.
Wait, what?
I just drink a lot. Wait, what? No, I put toothpaste on burns. It takes the burn out.
Not that great.
hell is
Obviously,
that?
it's still here.
It's a home remedy.
All right. I'm going to go. Clean out your glasses.
So, I'm gonna bring this up because I think this is.
Is this a grievance?
No, this
Oh.
is not. No, no. We've already been through that.
Okay.
That ship has sailed.
The grievance ship is on its way.
So, I'm gonna bring this up.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because
okay.
this is a week in review.
All right.
What do you think? I mean, I think
No,
this is a
I
good-
like it. I like
It's
it. I feel
time
like
already. I
feel
think.
like, well, you know what? Our friend Angelo deserves to miss this conversation.
Yes, he does because he was supposed to be here.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should. He
Oh,
can't be
yeah.
here because it's his wife's birthday, so we should record a happy birthday message for Amy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's do a video. Turn that around. Hi, Amy. Just wanted to say happy birthday.
hope breakfast in bed
And sorry you're married to such a pansy.
Loser.
You know, it's we can't relate to being drawn around by holidays that are made up for other people.
I can't quite
But,
make it to the podcast. It's my wife's birthday.
You should
It's going to be
feel-
at 9:30 in the morning. Well, I know, boy.
You should feel special that he blocked off the entire day.
The entire
to-
day.
to celebrate you. You're probably actually working, and he's not even doing
He's at
anything
home
for your
right
birthday.
now.
So, yeah.
He's watching reruns of Family Ties or something.
Yeah, Alex P. Keaton, bitch. All right, we'll send that off in our group text.
Perfect. so he does not deserve this. Although let's be honest, he was a cheerleader. He was a.
It was sort of
big
his. It
proponent.
was his brainchild. He was the genesis of this concept of what we should do. So,
And this is how we get him back for not coming up onto the
right,
the
we'll talk
podcast.
about it without him.
Yeah. So we actually had some good discussion going on. This is still I think the best thread on the.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole
Around.
episode on group texts,
Oh,
group
yeah.
chats,
That
because we
was
got a
some
good one going.
Very good stuff. So I mean, man, it's funny how far you have to go back. It's amazing.
We've accomplished
how
a
much,
lot in a couple of weeks.
Oh, you are not kidding. You are not your one response, I believe in that. So, yeah. So let's see how far we can go back on this. Oh, and
So it all starts with a meme that I posted, and I'm going to try to describe the meme to you because obviously if you're listening in your commute to work or you're at the gym on a treadmill or whatever it is you're doing, you're not going to see it. But if you look on my Instagram page, you'll see a meme with a chicken staring at an over easy egg or whatever it is. It's a broken egg on the ground, and this baby chick is staring at it, and that's the top part of the meme. And on the bottom,
it's the same
it's
picture,
got the
but a
same
zoomed
picture
of the little chickadee's face,
blurred out, like transparency,
and there's an overlap of
and an overlay of like a war scene, like a helicopter
from like Vietnam.
From
Hueys.
Vietnam era, yeah, they're Huey copters. And the caption I made was, "This chicken has seen some things." Right? These memes are old. Oh, thank you. These memes are not new. They've had dogs like a doorbell rings and the dog has flashbacks, and it's just this play on the idea of, you know, whatever, seeing tragic things, and it's a joke about that. And some people got really, really mad and offended over a chicken meme.
PTSD is never a joke. That's how he said it too.
Did you see? I think we sent it in that group chat too. The classic meme of a joke trying not to offend anybody with a joke in 2017, and it's got the kid dancing through, like trying to get through lasers, and then someone beneath is like, "My mom died in a laser accident. What's wrong with you?" You can't make a joke. So this is where it started, right? And then our friend Angelo decides that we should try to come up.
We use the term loosely.
We use the term friend loosely. He's more like we tolerate him. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it goes. But we should come up with a meme that literally means nothing. There's no intended. It's completely innocuous, and we should just put it out there and see if anybody gets offended for no reason whatsoever.
And so was our. I believe that our timing was poor, but I feel like that was in the end kind of a good thing, because we were just trying to. It was more of a social experiment, right?
A little bit of a social experiment for sure.
So I believe it was you who picked the picture out.
No, Angelo did that.
Okay, so he picked the picture out. So
I actually ended up having none of my suggestions used. Literally, my social media account that I have worked hard to build was hijacked by you and Angelo for your social games.
That's not true. First of all, there was a double agreement for the
we
final,
all agreed on the
final
end.
meme, but
also, none of my suggestions made it into the meme.
That's not true. I worked off of a couple of your suggestions.
Okay.
To actually come up with the thing. So it's a completely benign photograph of people crossing a busy New York
crossing
street.
the street. I think he looked up city.
Yeah,
and then just picked an image
ridiculous.
randomly.
It's
like,
so
here's
benign.
an image of people crossing the street.
Yeah. So again, this is kind of like a social experiment, because we wanted to see what was going to happen. Could we put something down there as a meme to make people think, look, or find something
to be offended by?
No, not even. For me, it wasn't even just to be offended by, but to find, like, because people, they're going to take things different ways, right? So they're going to look at you or your Instagram account and go, there must be something funny in it, right? Or people look, so they find different things. As a matter of fact, which is really funny how the conversations turned on these things. But so I looked it up, and as of today, it has 2,441 likes. Now, I don't know what there was to like. So
what are they liking actually?
Yeah. So actually, this photograph is people crossing the street, and the caption says, "Only in America." I mean, that's it. We were trying to see how oddly benign yet maybe conversational it could be. And so 2,440 likes. So I'm not sure. I'm not pooping on people who like the thing, because some people just like,
I posted it, and then I'll get notifications immediately that people are liking it.
Yeah.
They haven't even had time to digest what this is, but they just hit the like thing.
Yeah, so
why I don't know, but
I'm legitimately curious as to what people found enjoyable.
What was it that you liked about this?
So we don't know. There was 149 comments. Now I can't.
That's
go
a lot
through,
of comments.
It's a lot of comments.
That's a lot of comments.
Now, obviously, most of them were like, I think Mike's lost it. I don't know.
That door? I'm roasting in here. Oh my goodness.
I don't want to, because then the people doing business across the hall are
I don't care.
Yeah, they're
Screw
not
their
as important
business.
as. Are they important as us? No,
They're not as important
No.
as us.
So
I pay rent here like everybody else.
Yeah, you belong here.
I want my door open.
You're
I want my door
entitled.
open.
You're entitled.
I'm the king of the castle. If I want fancy sauce, I'll have fancy sauce.
Was it ketchup and mayonnaise? so stupid. So
So funny. Well, how did that go? That's so funny. The last time I laughed. Oh, how did the dinosaur thing
fell
go?
off my
Oh my goodness.
dinosaur. I laughed
you
so hard
see
I fell
this
off my
comment?
dinosaur. Which
Oh
one
yeah,
is
it
it?
was
On that
involved.
post?
Which one is it? The crossing the road?
Yeah, a huge comment.
Yeah, no, there was a couple quite long ones, and I thought
Wasn't
it
there
was really
something about
interesting.
dead bodies all over India?
Yeah, that was the one, and so like to me, like it quickly turned into like people crossing a crosswalk, jaywalking.
Right.
That's kind of like the direction it took, and then people kind of wouldn't you say that? Probably 7 out of 10 of the comments were about like after a while, like in its final
it was
like
it was
stages.
crowdsourced. It was crowd.
Yes.
crowd moved. Right,
Yeah.
people were just like, "Oh, that must be what it is." But there were some random comments like, "I can't believe you guys don't get it." Like,
Yeah,
wait a.
or like just laughy faces, like
Yeah,
like,
like,
and
What are you laughing at?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just put laugh emojis.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that you're laughing at?
yeah.
Like,
So I just thought that was an interesting like kind of experiment, like to kind of see if again it wasn't about would people be offended for me. I just kind of wanted to see what people were doing or thinking when they put it, either commented or liked it, because I'm thinking, do they know it's a completely benign picture and it just says only in America. So, but again, I understand that people would be like look and be like, is it this? Is it that? Because they're looking for a purpose for the photo. When we clearly had none, but I thought it was interesting, man. It was,
Yeah, so
that's
go-
a lot of likes, man.
go check it. Go check out. It's kind of like a little bit less than normal because I don't think like maybe it wasn't getting delivered as much because it was like there was no point to it.
Right.
No,
And so, yeah, so-
no discernible audience to send it to.
But that's good news. Also, that just means people are like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That
I'm just
doesn't
going to
mean
skip
anything.
right over that thing.
Yeah.
So, no,
There's Mike again. Too much bourbon.
I think there was a few of those comments.
Only in America. Okay.
Only in America. So yeah, good stuff. So that was for the week in review. I had to bring that up because, dude, it's great.
Oh, Angela replied, OMG, screw you guys, LOL. I knew and had a feeling this was coming. Amy loved it. Also, Family Ties isn't even on anymore, so yeah, who looks dumb now? I gotta go. Going purse shopping.
For yourself, Angelo.
You can call it a man bag, I guess, a European handbag. I can't wait to have Angelo in studio. It's gonna be fun. So, what else do you have? Like 3 weeks to review. What has gone on in your life? Have you had a kid? I mean, do you still work?
I'm divorced. I'm married to another gay man. And I mean things are going good. Things are going really
I've
good.
never been happier.
I've literally never been
Wouldn't
happier.
change it for the world.
And he takes care of me. So
He's a sugar daddy.
He is, but he's my daddy. So
And he's all mine.
he's all mine. No. So yeah, I mean, I went up north also.
You were up north the week before I was up north.
Right. And so again, that's kind of what lent itself
And
to
people are
us
like, what are
have
you
a
talking
missing
about?
week.
I think people don't. Do people in other states say up north?
I-
It's a Michigan thing.
It
for
almost
sure.
seems like they understand when I say it, but I don't.
We're
think
going
that
up
they
north.
do
Like
it.
if you're not from Michigan, so you got Metro Detroit, where probably I don't know what the percentage of the population is. I think there's like eight some million people in the state, and like 3 or 4 million of them are in 3 counties.
Yeah,
right
that's
around
about-
Detroit.
yeah, the
so it's like
tri-county area.
you've got all the rest of the state with half the population. So once you get outside of Metro Detroit, it thins out, and there's a lot of trees and lakes, and it's actually a really cool place. And so people go up north for vacations or to get away, which I made the huge mistake of. Normally, we purposefully don't go up on Friday and we don't come back on Sundays. We always try to do
Right,
like a
that
Monday
makes
Monday
sense.
through Thursday or a whatever, or even coming back on a Friday is okay. But we came home on a Sunday this time, and instead of 3.5 hours, it was 5.5 hours. It was annoying.
it is horrible.
And it was just strictly traffic, just a massive amount of people going back home from up north on the weekend.
that's the worst.
It was long, but we ended up borrowing a friend's car that fit us all for vacation.
Oh, what'd you get? What'd you borrow?
A Buick Enclave.
Durango?
It's a Buick. It's a truck. It's a Buick truck.
It's a truck. It's a Buick truck.
You're like, what? Buick has a truck? Yeah, it's called an Enclave. You mean an SUV?
Well, it's an SUV, but it's also a truck. And then the argument
All judges
ensues.
are lawyers, but not all lawyers are judges. all Buicks are all SUVs are trucks, but not all trucks are SUVs. I don't know. Whatever. This is never gonna end.
It's never going to end. No.
never gonna end.
Yeah.
It will happen again.
Yeah.
Dirty Mike and the boys arguing about trucks and SUVs. So that was, I mean, over the last 3 weeks, that's certainly been the highlight. I got away for five days, but like I was telling you during the break, it was like, oh my goodness, I came back to 10 days of stuff to do because I was gone for 5. So I had to go back to what I had to do, and then I had to make up for what I didn't do.
I'm surprised you didn't do because you are a busy man. I'm surprised you didn't do like a little bit of work, like maybe 1 or 2 hours a day, just to kind of like not fall too far behind. Can you not do that?
No, I
could totally do that
suppose
on
that I
vacation.
could, but I really wanted to make a commitment to not do that.
Yeah, but your
And
family's not that important. Like your work
That's
is.
true.
You know. So,
But I did certainly enjoy the relaxation, man. I'm like pontoon boats, jet skis, canoe. Went to Traverse City, went to the Bay.
Traverse City's awesome.
And
It's awesome.
It was great at the beach there. It was great. And grandbaby was old enough to walk around.
Yeah, and enjoy it.
Whatever.
Yep.
So it was cool, man.
Explore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice for me too. The week before, like as you know, I went up to Indian River is kind of where we used to have a bunch of family reunions. My brother came into town, so it's one of those weird things where like there's like a lot of pressure because when we found out my brother was going to come, everyone was kind of planning this for my brother. You know, so it's like that bittersweet thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we did that. He was up there. He did really well, and they
Where did everybody sleep?
well, we stayed at our place in Gaylord or in Johannesburg, but they stayed in a 4,500 square foot house,
Like an Airbnb thing?
in Indian River. Yeah, it was like an Airbnb or whatever for that. 4,500. I went in there and I
Sounds
could
awesome.
not. They had like 10-foot ceilings.
Oh, I like it.
They were seriously like 10 or they could have been like 12 foot. Like they were just it was enormous.
talking about
and that was
doing-
first and second floor. It was huge.
I like it.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. So
Is it?
yeah.
Was it on a lake or is it just sitting somewhere?
No, it was off the main road, but nothing's too far from water there. But no, it was not on the lake. It was not on Indian River.
People don't know it. Michigan has more trees, I believe, than California.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last time, though.
Did
I think.
we?
Yeah.
Oh, we did talk a little about Michigan. Like, can you verify UPP if Michigan has more lakes than Minnesota, more inland lakes?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. I think that's. I've heard that. I'm curious if it's actually true.
So I wasn't able to pick up my 45, so I still haven't shot it yet. I mean, I have my 45 now,
I
but
was
I
going to
wasn't.
say you sent
yeah,
us a picture of it.
But I wasn't able. It's that one's stolen. no, I was
wait,
able
what?
to pick that one up, but I wasn't able to shoot it up north. So, but we shot everything I had up north, and because the family came over one night, and it was a lot of fun. So.
Minnesota has 10,000
So, yeah.
inland lakes, and Michigan has 11,000 inland lakes.
Boom.
In your face, Minnesota.
Yeah. Why don't they call us the state of 11,000
The
lakes?
land of 11,000 lakes.
Yeah.
That even has a better ring to it because it's 2 L's.
Yeah. Land of 11.
Lando Lakes.
Lando cow.
We should make the butter here. Lando Lakes butter. Margarine. Whatever.
Why would we do that?
Because we have a lot of lakes.
Yeah, butter's good.
What
though.
state has the most inland lakes?
And don't lie to me.
Don't look at the screen.
Why can't we?
I could not read it if my life depended on it, and it might.
Oh, this brings up a sore subject. States. We gotta deal with this problem.
Oh my gosh. I blame the UPP.
I do too.
Yeah.
The state has. Oh, it says that
What does it say?
Minnesota has
Soda.
11,842 lakes.
Wait, stop.
What kind of research? What kind of operation are you running over there?
Google is
What kind of
I'm doing.
Googleplex are you doing here?
You have got to do some better research.
You better
We have
Google this.
conflicting results.
Why don't you just look up who has more lakes?
What state?
Minnesota
Yeah.
or Michigan?
So maybe Michigan has 12,000. All of a sudden, Minnesota has 1,800 more lakes than they had
yeah.
before.
And so then we look at another comparison, and Michigan will have 1,900 more lakes than Minnesota.
You Yeah.
And this battle is going to continue forever. What else were we going to talk
Oh,
about?
yeah.
Alaska's the greatest
Well,
because
that
it has
makes sense.
it has the largest water
Body-
space out of.
Yeah, but that's
No,
not
no. We're
lakes,
not
though.
talking about coastline.
Okay.
Although Michigan has a massive coastline too.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's not what we're talking about.
You're talking about
Inside.
waterways and stuff like that.
Inside, there's more water than any other state.
Right. I
More
guarantee I
water,
bet that, but not
more
yeah,
inland lakes.
Yeah, not
like
inland lakes.
Distinct lakes.
Whoa, easy now.
You know what we were talking about is how far you have to get away to get relaxed. What do you think about that? Because, like, if we went and did an Airbnb, so when we go up north, we have some friends of ours,
Swingers.
long-time family friends, and the fact that they're swingers is a little irrelevant to me. I mean, why what does
judge?
that matter?
Why judge?
When it comes to vacation homes, why does it matter how I get the home? Okay? So, longtime family friends, they have this place up on a lake, and they have a pontoon boat, they have 2 jet skis, and it's like, 4-bedroom place, plenty of space.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's 3.5 to 4 hours, when you drive there, it's
Yeah.
fine. But we were talking like, well, what about if we got like an Airbnb at some point for vacation and we went to, like, let's say Waterford, right? And stayed
Yeah.
and got an Airbnb on the lake there. Would I actually
No.
be as relaxed if I'm only an hour from home? How far do you have to go to relax?
I was gonna say because I'm near Waterford, so like
Are you relaxed?
I feel relaxed, but not vacation relaxed.
Does your normal living condition, is it conducive to being relaxed?
Well, it's I don't know, quite serene.
You know what? Now that you think about it, I am quite at peace.
I feel I'm a bit tranquil. Thank you.
I have quite a bit of balance in my life living up there.
It's just that great.
I do hot yoga.
I think all yoga's hot.
Somebody, Bottle Rocket. Remember we had him on to talk about Star Wars before?
Oh yeah.
He had this hilarious tweet. It literally, I was laughing out loud, and it was, got kicked out of hot yoga for saying that's what she said one too many times. I'm like, what? This is hilarious.
Oh, that's good.
So funny.
Oh god, yeah.
So how far do you think you got to go?
I think
what's the limit?
Well, it depends on where you're at because
Okay, all right. What are you talking about
you
now?
know,
We
Sorry.
interrupt this broadcast.
if he was a superhero, he'd be called
So-
Interruptor.
Just listen.
Or can we add a captain? Captain Interruptor?
Minnesota has the most lakes of any state. Minnesota may be the land of 10,000 lakes, but Alaska is the state of more than 3 million lakes.
3 million lakes.
3 million.
My guess is that their measurement standards are a little bit different than
No,
ours.
the measurement
yeah.
standard, it's like 5 acres would make a lake, and that's what counts for Minnesota
Oh,
and
really?
Michigan and every
Well,
state.
I
yeah.
do know that when we were
Kind of like a pond, isn't it?
yeah, well, it is, but it's still. I mean, it could. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. But when we went to Alaska, we stayed in Anchorage. When we went down to down the coast there, because we were we wanted. Oh no, this is different. We were going to go whale watching.
Well, that wasn't Alaska.
No, that was a whole different place. That was Thailand. we wanted to go whale watching, and we're like, okay, we'll leave at whatever time. And we didn't realize because the stupid maps are just not to scale, and Alaska's freaking enormous.
Dude,
so
you
it
have-
took us a long ass time to get
You
to our
have-
whale watching.
You have got to watch that channel on YouTube called Real Life Lore, where he breaks down how maps are skewed for our minds to make sense of it, but like we really don't get how big certain things are or how small certain
no
things
idea.
are comparatively.
Well,
like how massive Alaska is.
yeah,
it's
four of the
massive,
four Texases fit into Alaska.
which is insane
Which is
because
ridiculous.
Texas itself fits a lot of Europe in it. Mm-hmm. So it's.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So
It's
yeah,
huge.
we were surprised.
I'm surprised Donald Trump's not from Alaska because it's so huge, and it's the best state.
He could just say he is.
It's the most beautiful
and
state.
It would be. Yeah.
It's the best state I've ever seen. It's the best state we've ever had. So, yeah, I don't know how far you got to
Battle
go,
of
but
the
I feel like
States.
maybe.
Oh, well, like I was going to say, from
Oh, this brings up Battle of the States that we've been promising, and we need brackets. This is going to be 2 weeks from now before we can even really
Yeah.
truly do this. We have
Yeah.
to make the brackets, and
Yeah.
then we've got to prepare. We've got to want it.
We got to bring it.
Yep.
Yeah. But I on that point, I was just going to say that I think that it depends on where you're at, because obviously I think you would have to, unless you wanted to go west towards like Jackson.
Yeah.
I
could be out in Jackson in like an hour and 15 minutes or so.
So then you would probably feel more in a outdoorsy type of environment.
Yeah.
Like, or if you're from Macomb County, if you went straight north into the Thumb, it doesn't take long at all to. I mean, that's all country up there. So
yeah,
for me, it's like where I go has always been like Gaylord area, so it's like 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't mind that drive.
No,
it's fine.
I don't either.
I think it gives you kind of like time to decompress. You're just far enough away, you don't feel like you have to deal with that.
Well, you kind of, wouldn't you say you kind of need that separation time anyway? You know.
Yeah, I don't know. We were having that conversation, like how far could we go? Could you drive 15 minutes and then, feel relaxed? But I don't think we could just go to some hotel with a pool and watch movies and chill out and feel like, and go shopping or whatever and feel relaxed. You just feel like you're still at home, It's like something about getting away. But then there's the opposite, which is like you pack and you go on this big trip and you kind of don't feel relaxed, because you feel like you've got to pack, you've got to fly, you've got to go to this, and you're getting entertained or whatever. And that's why I like our vacations to be pretty low key. Like we're chill.
Not a lot on the radar.
We go out to eat once. Like we went to Traverse City, we ate dinner there, but otherwise we just got our food from the grocery store there. We still eat food there. We grill out. It's just a completely relaxed environment where we're not, having to deal with the demands of sort of like the normal day-to-day life. I like it.
I get it. I absolutely get it. I was going to go up north this weekend. They kind of got foiled because we're putting the
very
countertops
criminal mastermind of you. Foiled again.
Foiled again. Yes. Well, unfortunately, we have our countertops coming on Friday, which is good news. It's just been the whole kitchen thing's just been, a nightmare anyway. So
for such a small kitchen, it's such a big job.
You are not kidding. You're not kidding.
It makes me scared to do work on my kitchen.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Can you do it? Will you do it?
No.
I love you, but nope.
I love you, man, but
not gonna happen. What? So, what do we got, man? What do we got to talk about?
Oh, we were actually gonna talk. We were gonna dive a little bit.
We were gonna make an editorial correction.
Yes.
Editorial correction.
Yeah.
We're demonstrating that we are not perfect.
Well, that's debatable.
So yeah, the floor is yours.
Well, okay. So I guess I can say that I made a mistake. I don't know if you could say that you did as well. But
yeah, no, I was right there with you. I was in full agreement with you.
Right. Where we were conversing about stand your ground, Florida versus what people consider stand your ground in Michigan, and I misspoke. Now in 2006, there was a change of where before there was this intent where you had a duty to retreat and to get out of harm's way. That did change in 2006. But I guess what I was trying to explain to people, because, and again, I was not using my words. That's what Joyce always tells me. I'm not use your words, because I'm 5, or at least I act like it sometimes. But where we were talking about the stand your ground doctrine, however you want to call it, but it's the law, however it's defined. My intention was to educate that what is commonly perceived as stand your ground in the state of Florida is, even though it's worded very similarly, absolutely not the same thing as the state of Michigan. And people were brought it up that, yes, look at the wording.
Yeah, they even pointed out the exact MCL code and everything.
And they're absolutely right with that. To me, that's never been a dispute whether you can defend yourself regarding that. So I misspoke, and I apologize for that. So those people brought it out. Some of them not in a very nice way. It hurt my feelings. I did cry. I'm just kidding. I don't care. But they were right in bringing out the MCL. However, there's a few differences first off, we have to think about when we were talking about this, let's just bring up the Florida one. Although this guy was recently, the guy in Florida was recently arrested.
Sure seems like they're backtracking from media pressure, man.
Well, they are, because initially it wasn't an issue, and now
initially they reviewed it and
Right.
apparently decided to do that. I kind of almost feel like it's
I
a shame that
know.
it's a shame that they can double back on that.
It's interesting, right? So and it's because of political or media pressure. Fine.
But I guess at the same time, if we felt like they made the wrong decision, maybe it is good to be able to.
It would be very good to
revisit
review,
something. Like, you can't just put it in the hands of one person to make a decision all the time. There needs to be a process to review something. Like, no, you know what? We probably should charge them. So I get it, and I'm in favor of it.
But not.
But why is it happening?
I was
this
going to say,
time?
but I have a problem with it if it's media fueled, not case law fueled.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this guy was actually just charged with manslaughter, which is not. It's the killing of another human being. That's manslaughter. It's not murder. Which is
it
killing,
takes
but not
out
like
the
homicide.
intent per
Yeah.
se.
So that's fine. In the state of Michigan, so this is for the people that were arguing against what I said. And again, I did misspeak, and I do apologize for that. I was wrong in the way I worded myself. I was absolutely wrong. But I can tell you this: in the state of Michigan, even though they're written out very similarly, I can assure you that I have never met an officer or a jurisdiction that would not have arrested that man in Florida as soon as they saw that videotape. Plain and simple.
Yes.
So what it comes down to is there is a culture, but there's also one more thing that Michigan doesn't have, where Florida has changed over to, where they put the burden on the prosecution and took it away from the defense, where normally you would have to defend why you, in the state of Florida, I should say, this would happen in 2017, where you would have to defend why you took somebody's life or defended yourself. They took that away, where it's the prosecution's job to do that. And they do that, I believe, at pretrials now, where they'll decide at a pretrial, and if you're an attorney or somebody that knows a little bit more in the state of Florida, I'm not from Florida, I don't know, all I know is from what I read, that's when they decide whether the person can even be prosecuted in the end for it. So, and that's a huge shift, where all of a sudden it's not on the defendant to say, hey, look, I did this because of this. It's the prosecution who's trying to prosecute the person who defended themselves,
Right.
Which is a very different
Yeah.
mindset, completely different.
Yeah.
So again, I did misspeak. I do apologize, but again, please do not think that because something is written down that you are not going to be the one who goes to prison for the rest of your life because you said, well, this is what this said, and I really felt. And
Well, that guy, I think we mentioned it when we talked about the Stand Your Ground thing, was the case, I think it was out of Dearborn Heights maybe, where a guy shot that girl that was drunk, knocking on his door, like looking for directions, or she broke down or something like that.
Well, yeah, no, she was, wasn't it the female that had gotten into a car accident? And she'd wandered onto his property and was knocking on
the
his
side door, knocked the front door. Is that,
He opened the door and shot.
Please don't quote me on details.
Yeah.
I really don't remember
Yeah,
exactly
so-
the details. But either way, he shot her through the door. That much
Yeah.
I know is true. And we mentioned in that last episode that we have the castle doctrine, right? Like,
Right.
hey, your home is your castle.
However,
and so in theory, you would think, by the pure fact that it's written down this way, you're on my property. If I yell through the door to go away, I can now shoot you if you don't.
Yeah, if I feel like you're going to break into my house or whatever.
That's not the way it works.
No, it does
You know,
not.
so,
it
like,
does not. So please.
So yeah, be very careful, because laws are written, yes, but laws are also constantly being interpreted by courts,
Right.
and
And-
applied by courts, and that creates sort of like a snowball effect of how that law is interpreted and enforced or not enforced or whatever.
Yeah.
In future cases.
As a matter of fact, I teach a CPL course through the NRA, and the mindset is, if you can get away from a situation, if you can get away from a situation, you do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, if there's, again, if you think about what they're saying, and I remember we would. The thing is, you have to press this upon people. Imminent danger, right?
Yes.
Of losing your life. I mean, rape or an assault that's going to be so bad that it risks your life. That's when you can act, and it's not, hey, in the state of Michigan, again, how it's written, I get it, but you have to be very, very careful on how you try to apply that. Again, especially when the courts are not going to agree with you. So be very, very careful. So you could look up other, court cases in Michigan versus Florida, and you're going to see time and time again the difference. Not all Florida is like that, but an overwhelming majority. It's just it's more lenient towards, and sides more towards the defense in this case, which is the person who protects themselves. Would be the defendant. And it presses on the other way where the prosecutor has that burden. So again, very different. So I wanted to cover that.
Well, clarification.
Yeah. So
for those of you interested in following the debate, and the video on YouTube did pick up steam. It's like 58,000 views now. So
really,
it's really picked up. And it was like last time I looked, it was 20 something, 30,
oh, yeah.
Something like that, which is good for us for a clip. But it's like, oh wow. So
well, but it's good because there's awareness, right? And so, and again, I think maybe because in the last few, maybe that's why in the last few days the guy was charged with manslaughter. He was brought in. So again, we don't know all the court or the case details. So I mean, you can't really ask us about specifics for that. We just go by what we see, just like anybody else. So,
just like anybody
except for we are
else.
better than everyone else. So
yeah,
I mean,
of course we're better than everybody.
Yeah,
but, that goes without saying. What else do we have? Like we had no more grievances to air. We kind of talked about our respective trips up north a little bit for our weekend review. We talked about our social experiment.
I guess we should have done the news.
What's in the news?
Well, I just talked about it. The guy from Florida got.
Well, yeah,
I know, but it's always fun playing the clip. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
So I feel bad.
What's in the news though? Oh. No, I know exactly what we got to do. We have to make up the fact that we skipped a week from our patrons. Those lovely,
these are trying times,
beautiful
Mike.
souls.
These are trying times
that support the work of the podcast. And I was getting messages. Where's the podcast?
I was as well.
It was heavy. That's for sure.
Heavy like a woman? A woman's flow? What? Is that what you were going to say? Did I really predict it?
Oh, my goodness.
I was waiting for the Aegon for me to be like, wait, what did I say? But you took over for me. Good job.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Wait, what were we just talking about? I literally forgot.
Our fans.
Oh, yeah, our fans. I literally, my brain crapped out. I was like, wait, what are we even talking about right now?
Frozen in time.
Okay, so I got to go back on Patreon because what I said was basically, hey, guys, I'm on vacation this week. Dave last week. So, because you were gone up north, so we couldn't meet. Then I was gone. We couldn't meet. And we tried to see, could this possibly work on a Monday or Tuesday?
And there was
just
no way.
Just not happening. We won't be able to put out a podcast this week. We're taking a probably needed break, but we don't want to let you down, so tell us how we are going to make it up to you. I put it in their hands.
Well, before you read that, there's two ways, because one of them is all the footage that we recorded before we actually started this podcast is probably pretty ridiculous.
All about enchilada, heating up our enchiladas.
But also, wait for it, next week's guest, we had a lot of video footage because he Skyped in,
yeah,
and he was very educational on some of the
we're gonna
prosthetics and stuff like that. It was really cool.
That interview was actually really beneficial to have video. So for those of you that see the full podcast,
yeah, because he actually gets up and he shows off the prosthetic.
What kind of a clip can we pull from that? I don't even know. That was a long interview, but I don't know.
There might not be maybe the Rock one. That way we can.
Oh yeah,
share
we have to do that for sure.
Yes.
But that's got to happen soon. So
and we're gonna try.
Yeah.
All right. Let's. So let me look at what kind of suggestions were given for how we could make it up.
I'm ready
to our patrons.
I'm ready and sweaty. Look at me. It's warm in here, dude. Look at this.
Video, liquid face bronzing.
I don't know what that means.
We would bronze our face. We would put liquid tan on.
Oh, that's scary. What about
And
the
he
top
said,
of my head?
"What? Can't come back from vacation without a tan." So
But I come from a long line of redheads. I don't tan, I burn.
it says, if you go somewhere from home, post pics or vids of your adventures. Nothing intrusive to you and your family, just sharing of the adventure. Now
That's
that I'm
actually, I like that idea.
I'm just now seeing this, Myra. So
well,
gonna be- I
that
do
doesn't
have-
mean we can't still do so.
I do have pictures left over, and we will definitely post pictures in the future when we go on our adventures.
You know what? I probably could post something. Well, you could always direct them to Instagram and just post a
Yeah,
nice picture or two.
for sure.
Yeah.
Corey says, another supersized episode.
We are.
I think our interview with Matthias is going to be supersized. How long was that one?
Like an hour 50.
yeah, almost 2 hours.
It's almost 2 hours. So that's another supersized episode is coming your way.
This
So I'm
one's
glad
about
we could deliver.
Hour almost now.
Yeah.
We're on fire.
And we actually have the Patreon extras from when we were passing out enchiladas.
Oh yeah,
That's
so
going to be a
good.
Patreon extra. How about this? Mike the Cop, Dave, get together with Officer 401, Officer Daniels, and do Mad Libs, the entire live stream podcast. What do you think? Jeremy said that would be awesome. Yes, an entire Mad Libs episode would be awesome. I just hope you guys are taking care of yourselves because I hate to see such great folks disappear.
Whoa, hey,
Is that a threat?
Does he know something we don't know?
Are you trying to?
Yeah, he's gonna wipe us out.
I mean,
What, you
ever
gonna
since
whack a
Patrick
guy, off a
Swayze
guy,
went
whack
back
off
to
a
his
guy?
home planet, my home is for a proper Roadhouse sequel, re-getting dimmer and dimmer. Party on, dudes. Was he a Scientologist or something?
I hope so.
I watched about Scientology. I watched,
There was a documentary, right?
yeah, but I watched Leah Remini's stuff with Joe Rogan, and then
How was that?
David Miscavige's dad.
How was it?
Fascinating. She's a little weird, but
Well, yeah, she's.
you know, most of your life in a cult will do that to you.
yeah, quite the looker in her day.
Yes, I had a crush on her when she was on Saved by the Bell, on the beach when her dad was the head of the beach place that they went.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was
Yeah.
at like one of the end.
Yeah, Zach had a thing with her, and
A fling,
Zach
a summer
Morris.
fling, if you will.
man, that's a throwback.
Summer love. They hold on. They called it summer love. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I'm glad you're done.
Nobody else is. Damn it.
Laura Chapman says, "Send me your car and the UPP for a chauffeur." Jane agrees. She
happen.
says that's a winning idea.
It is a winning idea. Is she
All right.
local?
Jeremy says, "How about you and Dave partner up with Deputy Hookham and write and record a song on key?" LOL. Says
Why
Jane.
is that so funny?
Yeah, you just sang.
Summer love. That's my Neil Diamond.
Summer.
They
Sweet
called it-
Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Good times never seem so good.
So good.
So good. I've been inclined. Ba, ba, ba.
I'll edit that together.
What? You
What do
better
you mean you
not.
edit it together?
What? To a song. To the song.
We just, it is the song.
We were the song. Neil ain't got
You're
shit
gonna put
on
it.
us.
You're gonna put it in the background. Oh, okay, we'll see.
If
All
I
right.
remember.
Jane says, "Oh, Lori, wait, John. I skipped a few." John says, "Fantastic. Had a wonderful time, dear friend." Oh, I think he meant to say have. God bless you and the family.
Well, that's super nice.
Heart emoji, cross emoji. God bless you, sir. Lori Vance, any knowledge, thoughts, or comments on the Portland, Oregon protesting that went down last weekend?
Only in America.
Only in America. I honestly don't really know anything about it.
I don't either.
So I don't.
What
I
was
guess
it,
I don't
Portland,
have any
Oregon?
thoughts.
Yeah.
Protest?
I would imagine that every day there's a protest in Portland over something.
It's got to be.
Like somebody accidentally got non-vegan dressing on a salad, and
There's an
and now
uproar.
there's an uprising. Yeah, it was like yeah, there's chanting outside of the salad joint that normally it was like certainly anti-Trump, and I don't know. I mean, I would imagine there's protests everywhere in the streets of Portland. That's how I envision. That's how I envision it.
That's how I envision Portland. That's it.
Yeah, vegans everywhere, pouring into the streets. I imagine like vegans just riding by the dozens in truckloads, like
Just getting dropped off like military personnel.
vegans smuggled into the state and into the city of Portland.
So stupid.
So desirable for vegans. I don't know.
Oh.
That's what I get. Jane, lots of donuts delivered personally to eat your Patreon supporters.
I'm not going to eat our Patreon supporters. They're our people.
Jeffrey Dahmer might be interested in that if he had a podcast.
Ooh, delicious. Wait, what?
Yeah. All right. Personal delivery donuts. That'd be cool. I think we should do that to a patron. Get their address, right? And one of the
Do
top
a drop
patrons.
off, a delivery.
You know what? Let's do that. Let's do some random donut deliveries to some Patreon people.
Okay.
That'd be cool. And then you can post pictures of getting random donut deliveries. Kathy wants to know, how long have you and Dave known each other? Were you ever partners?
Well, domestic partners or
Some funny stories from you guys' friendship.
oh my gosh, we're just funny.
Let's come back to that. We'll wrap up the
We're
episode with
just
some of that.
funny.
Arctic Dog, you and I haven't heard from Arctic Dog
Yeah,
in
it's
a
been
while.
a while.
You
Because
and
we
Dave
don't
getting
stream.
tased
It's been a minute.
simultaneously. Not going to happen.
Never gonna happen.
Ride the
again.
lightning, boys. Ride it for these glorious 5 seconds. Nope.
Nope.
Battle of the States. Oh, Corey, you
you
embarrassed
got
us.
us.
Corey, it's coming. Share some of your most embarrassing cop stories. I'll second this one. Enjoy your holiday. Take a load off and come back refreshed and relaxed.
Boom.
Mission
Yes.
accomplished. Most embarrassing lost foot pursuit. Fell. Lost race super fast. I've done both. Okay, Anthony, I'm going to I have never lost
Okay.
I never did. I've never lost a foot pursuit.
I have two. There was one. This
You have lost somebody?
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. Like
I just-
like horribly.
Now, there's one situation that might count, but I never even got out of my car. Like, I popped the door, and this kid took off, and I swear to you, he had Gazelle jeans.
Yeah.
He jumped over a 6-foot privacy fence
Yeah.
effortlessly, and I didn't even start the chase because I was like,
Because you knew it was not going to happen, right?
pointless, absolutely pointless. I know my limitations.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even start, so it kept my record completely clean. I would have lost that, but I didn't try.
Well, let me bring up. I have three.
But I have
Yeah.
outside of that.
I can't fail if I don't try. Yeah.
Outside of that, though, in actual foot chases, I have never lost one. Because here's the theory, and it never failed me. All you have to do is keep them in sight. They could be way far ahead of you, but crackheads don't exercise. They eventually fall out.
I'm sorry, you're assuming that only people that are addicted to crack cocaine will run from the police. Now, let me tell you a
That's
story.
racist.
That's
That's
racist.
racist.
Yeah, that's xenophobic. Anywho,
Anyway, I've never lost one.
that's mitochondriac. Okay,
That's a mitochondriac.
So
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I
love
learned
it.
that in high school.
I know. So I had one when I was working in
Speaking of that,
Detroit.
high school, they teach you about mitochondria, but they don't teach you how to balance a budget.
That is horrible.
So
isn't it?
stupid.
It is
Education is
so
so dumb these
It
days.
I
is the
actually,
dumbest.
okay.
You did learn something.
Legitimately, we took a Dave Ramsey course
Really?
at my high school. Yep.
Well, good for
In
you. We didn't do
economics.
anything like that. We were born and dumb.
I had an economics class. I remember the theme song on the videotape that the teacher played and fell asleep to.
Really?
Consumer economics, what does it mean to me? And it was all people from the 60s roaming around.
Oh my god, that's great. It's all facts of life reruns.
On this episode of Consumer Economics, we'll learn what the budgeting is all about in
Wait,
big business.
That reminds me of
The fitness
of
gram
like
pacer
the
test.
50s, the 50s educational videos
Oh, the
about
PSAs?
the gay
About
guy.
the gays or
Oh
about
my God.
marijuana?
Yes, the gays are better to me because it's like. That's right, little Timmy's making friends with Mr. Jones. But little does he know, Mr. Jones is a hamisexual. Like, it's so funny. The homosexuals are very, like, they're very sneaky.
Beware the homosexual.
It's ridiculous. They're hilarious. Oh, wait, let me tell you about my getting smoked
Yeah,
story.
play that one.
Yes,
In every
please.
large organization, like every big firm, every civil service department,
What is this?
armed forces and so on, there must be hundreds, even thousands. If all the homosexuals were to leave their jobs simultaneously,
homosexuals.
the economy of the country would be thrown into something like chaos.
Simultaneously, if all the homosexuals were to leave their jobs simultaneously, the country would be thrown into what would be considered chaos. What is this?
That's great.
That was funny.
Okay,
So,
you
okay.
got smoked.
So we there were two guys in the back of the scout car. One guy had a felony warrant. I specifically, Mike, opened the door to the side with a guy who was completely clean. Because what I would normally do is open the door, have the guy turn around on the other side, turn around, and like kind of sit on the guy and with his back to me. So I would make it really difficult for that guy to even think about running.
Right.
I opened the door. I started opening the door. That guy shot out of there like a cannon. From the other side of the scout car, he shot out of there and started running down the alley so fast that I seriously was like, I have to gather myself. And as soon as I was about to start running after him, it just starts pouring
You told the
rain.
story before.
I think I've heard
it's
this, yeah.
ridiculous. So that was one time I got smoked because when it starts raining, then I'm like, I started
Well, you
melting.
didn't lose. You didn't try. You didn't run.
Start melting.
Yeah, I
What?
melt. So then there was another one. Oh, and I think I've told this one too. Again, this is us getting smoked because I have to consider me getting smoked on this too. I was in the driver's seat doing the report, and all of a sudden the guy was getting arrested in the back with my partner, and all of a sudden the car goes like that. I'm like, I look in my rearview mirror,
He gone.
and the dude is gone. Gone.
How did he get out?
He had handcuffs on his back. He ran, smoked the
How
officer.
did he get out of the car?
No, he was putting him in handcuffs.
Oh, he was putting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gone. We didn't catch him for 4 hours. we were looking all over the place. We were like, well, we just don't have handcuffs, I guess, because he got, and we finally 4 hours later, we finally had this one lady's like that to us, and we're like, what is? Oh, and we look over, and the dogs start barking. She had like 4 pit bulls, and the guy had jumped a fence when we were in the area. And was surrounded by 4 pit bulls in the backyard.
Oh, my.
And all of a sudden, because he had went to the front, I'll never forget his face. He was like pops up because the fencing had that green stuff.
He's
in
like,
it,
little help.
Yeah, and we put him over. So we finally,
you guys help me?
We did get him. And I don't remember what the third one was because it was amazing, but I don't remember. What are you doing?
I was
Don't
checking
you
my
look at
Apple.
yourself.
I was checking my Apple Watch.
You think you're so
I
fancy?
got a text.
We have a full podcast recorded right now. It's about an hour.
I'm sorry that the people want more.
The people, hey, Patreon asked for it, and we're going to give it to
We
them. You
have
know
the-
why? Because
I've
they
been
love
up
us.
10
I've been
extra
up
minutes.
all night.
They love us.
I've been up all
And we love them.
night to do this.
Okay, so the question that we were dealing with was that we said we come back to how long have you and Dave known each other? Were you ever partners? And some funny stories from your guys' friendship. Now, I think we have talked a little bit about some of this stuff as far as like how long we've known each other. Well, how long have we known each other since? Like 2004 ish.
Yeah.
2003, 2004.
Yep, 14, 15 years. Yeah, best years of my life.
Some of the best years of our. Wouldn't change it for the world. We were never work partners.
Yeah, no, we weren't ever.
We've never worked with one another. Policing.
We were just throwing zany antics all over the place.
Yeah, we
Monkey business and
just
shenanigans.
just some general tomfoolery all over town. And then funny stories from our friendship.
Gosh, I don't really have any. We're not that which is funny because we work together here and
We've never really
have fun. But yeah, we never have been in a sticky
There's been like
situation
no
or
sitcom sort of like situations.
No, nothing like that.
Kind of a thing. So
Oh,
not
wow, so nothing. Yeah, we're boring
not
in that.
really.
Wow, now I feel bad about our relationship.
Yeah, I feel like we
Like
really
we never really
never cultivated this. We should put more effort into our friendship.
Wow. Well, you did miss my birthday.
Oh, now we're back to the airing of grievances, I see. I was only a day late.
No. That ship has sailed.
Can't come back to that till next episode that we record.
That's right. I started bringing up all this old stuff, my old wounds.
Who keeps track of that? Pull out a little tiny little journal.
You know what? I don't even pay attention to that stuff. But in 2012, what? That's weird. Why
This
do
one
you do
time
that?
I tried to call you, and I
really
know.
felt like you were just dodging my call. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I needed you, but
Not a big deal. I was going through some stuff, and
you knew that, but
you even told me to call anytime I needed, and I needed it then.
and I did. But you know,
Oh boy. Well, Dave's got to get some sleep.
whatever.
I think. You work again tonight, or are you off tonight? You're off tonight.
Yeah, but there's overtime I think tonight, so I think I'm.
Oh my gosh!
Just I haven't
Stop
been
it,
taking
dude.
I haven't been taking that much. Seriously.
Lies.
They called me.
It's gotta be
They
lies.
called me all 3 days last week. I took 1 day. Honestly.
Why can't you take none? You can't do it, can you? The thought of not taking any overtime. It just gives you the shivers.
I
Oh,
think I
whatever.
hurt my neck.
All right, so we're back. The podcast had a break. This is our bridge episode.
I'm excited.
We've got a lot of, not new stuff, but we've got stuff on deck. We've got the Matthias interview that's going to come at you next week. We have
I want to call
Angelo.
him Matthias. I think it sounds cooler.
No, maybe you just call him whatever you want. I don't think he'll care.
He probably wouldn't care.
And then we've got Angelo coming in.
Yeah.
We've got a lady cop that got in the knockdown, drag-out fight and ended up coming out on top that we're going to talk to about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That's gonna be
We're going to
great.
bring in our wives for an episode. We got like 5 episodes planned.
We're awesome.
It's gonna. We're coming at you. Load it. We're locked and loaded.
High five.
Okay. Goodbye.